What's up, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more acid-techno. We're going back to some more kind of cheeky, party-style acid-techno. When I did a reaction to Punk Floyd's Floyd is Fuck for the Y2K, it just made me think of Carbine's funky old Cortina, which many people will know is a sort of remake of Tone Loc's funky Cold Medina, which I'm trying to remember if it's late 80s or early 90s. I want to say it's like maybe very early 90s, like 90 or 91. But you know, it's a sort of like, it's a hip-hop classic, but what I love about some of Tone Loc's tunes is, you know, he's sort of like the late Biz Markie in that, like, some of his like most famous tracks, they're kind of like self-deprecating, or he knows how to make fun of himself, which, you know, not all rappers I think can do that, which I enjoy people who can sort of, you know, have a laugh at themselves and not take themselves too seriously. So I always did like the original. And then this tune, it samples the original, but changes the name to Funky Old Cortina. We're talking Carbine. If you didn't know, Carbine is Chris Liberator and the Geezer, aka Guy McGaffer. Yeah, and they've made a number of awesome tunes under this duo label. I've always been very fond of Ice, another track they did. Back then, I want to say it's, you know, like 97, 98. This is, I want to say, like 01. I'll look it up in a moment, but I think it's 01. But yeah, they also did a tune called We Are Ravers with like a parenthetical Acid Ravers. And both mixes are cool, but the Sleep All Day mix, which as a person who's been nocturnal since I was like 13 and I'm now in my early 40s, you know, I greatly sympathize with the phrasing of that title. But yeah, the Sleep All Day mix is utterly brilliant. So again, just from the 90s to the aughties into the 2010s, Carbine, Chris and Guy have continued to make awesome tunes together, and they also make a number of tunes under the like label Chris Liberator and the Geezer. So yeah, they appear in a number of different iterations. But let's get to it. This is on the Stay Up Forever Classics version, which is like a later repress. I think the original tune, as I said, is from the 90s, but this is a Stay Up Forever Classics release, and they did a run of Stay Up Forever Classics, I want to say the early 2000s. They're all single-sided. So yeah, let's get to it. This is Carbine, Funky Old Cortina, on Stay Up Forever Classics, and I'll check the year. Is it 45 or 33? I'm gonna keep it 33. Nope, it is 45. Original is, it's 02, and my version's 07. I stand or sit now, correct? But yeah, the original's 02, I guess. It's a little later than I thought. But in a way it helps prove my point, because the Carbine Ice track I mentioned is definitely 90s, so over the years. He's at a bar, but he can't get satisfaction. The girls are all around, but none of them want to talk to him. Look how you so fly, said Funky Cold Medina. So yeah, he sees the guy that's on the other side of the bar, like all the ladies are talking to him. He's like, you know, Mr. Smooth. It's like, hey man, why you so fly? He's like, hey man, my secret, Funky Cold Medina. So the narrator's like, alright, I'm gonna try that.
Funky Cold Medina.
Acid Transformers on. I mean, it really does have a similar feel as Floyd is Fuck for the Y2K. I think they can mix together really well. As I said in the other video, I'm fairly certain I've done it. acid transformers kicking in right there was fantastic. And listen to that cymbal. Now really bubbly, right? About it being a sample of funky Cold Medina, and the acid is cracking, so it's like it's cool in the past and it's cool now.
Like Big Candace said, I can't get no satisfaction. The girls are all around, but none of them want to get with me. My girls are fresh and I'm looking dead, yeah, I'm somewhere in the sea. The girls who start jocking at the other end of the born, had a bitch with some no-name chump, wanting to know that I'm the star. So I got the show's over to the other side of the Cortina. I asked the guy, why you so fly? He said, funky Cold Medina.
It's one of those like, when is it gonna hit drops. It's not a traditional like, build it up with a snare roll and you know exactly when it's coming. It's like, basically it's the kind of build up that like, the audience will be kind of like, in a sort of limbo, and they're like, oh, alright, that's awesome. Which is fun. It's like a DJ, it's like, you know, you like it when the audience kind of can tell what's coming, but you also like when, you know where the drop is, but you can like feel the like uncertainty and then boom. Whoop. Acid just... like hot layer within the overall transformer like sound. It's like really wrote up at the end of that measure. And just that bubbly ride out now. Even the outro is wicked and fun. But again, if you're mixing out, like, you can still layer this over the incoming tune very nicely. Though if you are mixing out, you'd want to have started the double drop by now. Because if you were to come in with something new now, it would feel like, well, I say that. I forgot there was this section. Yeah, you could wait till this. You could, but now you bring in the kick of the new track. But this also means you can end with this. This would be a good ending record in a set. Or for a set. Yeah, it's dope. I was very fun of that track just because I thought it was hilarious. And again, I think part of the reason I like it is the same reason I like Biz Markie, Just a Friend. Because there are tracks where they're like making fun of themselves, like not being the coolest or suavest guy ever, not getting the girl by the end of the song. So yeah, I always thought that was funny, and I appreciated the comedy of that. So I do like the original, and I think this is a very cool remix. I do wish it used like the whole like run of the lyrics, and maybe the the later verses like didn't integrate as well, or like I've talked to Chris before, and he said like tracks don't work with like long like verses and whatever. You kind of have to like pick and choose the right samples, and use more like kind of slogan type phrases. And I do very much appreciate that. So yeah, it's like part of my brain would like to hear the full lyrics of the track. But again, you have like a 6.5, 7 minute techno track, and you're gonna like have sections where it's not just the vocals the whole time. Like there's just not a whole lot of space for it. So I get why the rest of the vocals aren't there. But again, liking the original track as I do, it would be nice to hear them. But yeah, let me know what you think. I don't think that tune's ever been remixed, which feels like a shame. I mean, I guess like when you use a track's like vocals and even the kind of like guitar hit or whatever that is, I guess there's only so many configurations you can do. But yeah, it feels like a tune that I wouldn't mind hearing a modern Carbine remix for. So yeah, Chris and Guy, if you ever feel inclined to do that, that would be fantastic. But yeah, let me know what you think of the tune. I'm trying to remember. I do have a couple other of the Stay Up Forever classics. I think I have the Stay Up Forever classic with the original The Rabbit's Name Was by A&E Department, which is, that's a legendary tune. I've mentioned it before. I think the Chris Needs Keck Keck Detonator mix, I think engineered by Henry Colin and written by Chris Needs. That one it was one of the first acid-techno tunes I heard. It was one of the first acid-techno records I got. I think the very first acid-techno record I got. So yeah, that one is always super special. So I know I reacted to at least the Chris Needs version on my old channel. I don't think it's on this new channel. And at the very least, I don't think I ever reacted to the original Rabbit's Name Was. So perhaps I'll come back for that. I'll do Stay Up Forever Classics, the single-sided version of the original Rabbit's Name by A&E Department. So yeah, let me know what you think of that. Other than that, I will see you next time. Peace.